650,000. 650,000. That's the number of Americans that have died in war over the past 150 years in our country. But did these people die from dangerous infrastructure? No. 650,000 people lost their lives fighting for our country. Hello, my name is Tim Schwell, and along with my partner Kyle Purvis, I would like to welcome my fellow classmates, Mr. Redican, and our fantastic judges to today's debate. Now, where to begin? Quality, money, priority. So many places where the affirmatives plan is undesirable and impractical. I think I'll begin with quality. The affirmative plan called for local governments to control the spending of the money to increase their infrastructure. But nowhere did they talk about who is going to build this infrastructure. With that in mind, I would like to take you back to April 5th, 1987 in Fort Hunter, New York. On this day, a terrible incident occurred. There was a bridge collapse. 10 people lost their lives that day, and scores of others were injured. Now, if I was the affirmative, I would just say, the bridges were old and should have been repaired. Well, if I was the affirmative, I would have been terribly wrong. The bridge in Fort Hunter was only 30 years old, over 10 years younger than the average bridge in America. This bridge fell for much more of an avoidable reason than old age. It collapsed due to improper protection of the footings by the contractor. For those of you who may not know, the footings are the part in the river that hold the bridge up. So, an important aspect that this contractor decided to overlook. Because of this poor job that was done, people lost their lives. This is an incident we cannot afford to see repeated. The people we put in charge of improving our infrastructure need to take pride in their work and make sure they complete their duties to the greatest effort possible. Now, I know it sounds bad, it questions other people's motivation, but in the world we live in today, that is just a truth we need to live with. People more and more are doing things for monetary reward rather than pride and dignity. If we are going to spend tons of money on this investment, we need to have a guarantee that it will be done right. But the sad truth is, in our current financial state, most people just are content with receiving their paycheck and not the work that they complete. This brings me to our next point. I think over the last 3 weeks of debates, we've all heard enough about the government's national debt. But in case you forget, it's at $16 trillion. Infrastructure currently accounts for 3% of our total budget. Do you know what's right behind it at 4%? Education. If you want to raise our infrastructure investment substantially, there's no way you're going to stay under that 4%. You're flying way past that. Now, if you're going to stand there and tell me that some little cracks in the pavement are more important than the education of America's people, you are extremely mistaken. The current state of our country makes it so incredibly important for us to look at the priorities and best interests of our people. We don't have the money to spend on things that are not important right now. We, the people of the United States of America, need to take a step back. We need to look at what decisions we are making and decide if they are as timely as we think they are. We are currently at the ending period of a war, facing a national debt, and coming to the climax of a gun control debate. And you want to spend time and money on infrastructure? There is absolutely no way you should be able to prove to any clear-thinking American that infrastructure needs to be a priority in our country. And under no circumstances can you do this in a practical and desirable way. Thank you. And remember, a vote for negative is a vote for righteousness.